Hi besties, it's your favorite girl Munnoh. I am back with another bridal hand fan tutorial, and this time I'm going to be showing you how I made this rechargeable hand fan. If you're interested in this, please keep watching.
These are the materials that you need to achieve this design. You need your Munnoh, you need your rechargeable fan, you need some form of trimmings or bias. You can use both. You need your feathers, you need a matching fabric, and for this Munnoh you need two of it. To get the shape of Munnoh that I'm using, I use this local fan to trace out the circle on the Munnoh, and then I cut it out. I actually cut two of it. Moving on, I'm going to use my rechargeable fan to trace out the circle of the rechargeable fan on the Munnoh, so that I know exactly where the rechargeable fan is going to sit. So I mark it out with marker, pen, whatever, then I'll proceed to cut that circle out. Be careful not to make the circle too wide, otherwise it will not sit properly on your rechargeable fan. So make sure that you're using the rechargeable fan to trace the circle, and you cut the exact shape that we traced out. After tracing out the circle, I'm going to put the rechargeable fan back into the circle to make sure it fits properly before I go on to cut out where the space where the handle is going to sit. I've gone ahead to cut out the second Munnoh as well. So the next thing I'm going to do is to glue these two Munnohs together. The reason I'm doubling the Munnoh is because I want to give it stability. I do not want it to be wobbly. Okay? I know that some people use carton to do this, but I usually prefer durable materials for my work. That is why I prefer to use Munnoh instead of carton. If you're making this for yourself, it's totally fine to use carton because you're making it for yourself. But if you're making this for a client, please go the extra mile to use durable materials to make your client's work, okay? Go ahead and trim off any excesses so that your work comes out looking very neat. After that, the next thing we're going to do is to cover up this Munnoh with a matching fabric.
To protect your soul. I'm walking alone the streets.
This is what it looks like after covering it. I'm going to go ahead and trim off all excesses before moving on to the next step.
Mark chapter 8 verse 36 says, "What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and lose his own soul?" Jesus is interested in everything you do. He's interested in your business and he's interested in your success. Give him a chance today. Once you're done with this step, set it aside and let's move on to covering the handle of the rechargeable fan with our bias. When covering your rechargeable fan, you need to pay attention to the openings on the rechargeable fan. For instance, the charging points, the battery space, you need to pay attention to those places because you want to be able to still charge your fan when you're done with your design, and you want to be able to remove your battery or insert it back. So you need to pay attention to those places. So if you watch closely without skipping this video, you will see exactly how I cover mine.
I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
I'm going to apply my glue generously on the handle of the rechargeable fan. So when you apply your glue, make sure that you're not applying glue on those corners that needs to stay open. For example, the charging point, make sure that glue does not get into the charging point. To be on a safer side, you can plug in the charger. You can plug in the USB cable to that mount so that you will not make the mistake of putting glue into that place. But if you know your way around it, you might not need to do that. Then also for the back cover where you insert your battery, make sure that you're not putting the glue on those tiny corners where the cover opens up from, so that it doesn't glue it permanently down. Okay, so avoid those tiny corners. After putting your glue generously, go ahead and wrap up with your bias or your trimmings, whatever you are using. What I do afterwards is I use a very sharp blade to trace out that line, that tiny line where the opening of the back cover is. I use a very sharp blade to cut the trimmings or whatever I used on the handle open at those corners. I cut them open, so when it is covered, you will not know that there's a cut there. But when you open it, the trimmings will stay on the back cover and on the body of the handle itself. So it gives me a neater finish that way. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you watch this video closely, you will understand what I'm trying to explain.
I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town.
The next step is to attach the mako, the covered mako, to your rechargeable fan. So I'm going to put generous amounts of glue and I'm going to attach them. Okay, so I'm going to reinforce with my hot glue as well to make sure that it is properly secured to the rechargeable fan and nothing is going to make it move. Okay. Let me point out one silly mistake I made here so that you do not repeat the same mistake. You remember where the charging port of the rechargeable fan is? It's closer to the top of the fan itself, not the down area. So the mistake I made was I did not leave enough room at that corner, as in for my mako. I didn't leave enough room for me to be able to fit my charger in when I want to charge. So I was done with the fan before I realized. In fact, I was done with everything. I just wanted to charge the fan, because I usually love to charge it and then remove the battery before I pack it and ship to my customer. So I was done with the design and I wanted to charge when I realized what I'd done. So I had to create more room to, for the charging cable to fit in. I don't know if that makes sense, but when you are cutting your mako, the handle area, make sure that you leave enough room for your charger to fit in. Okay, so at this point I was done with attaching the mako to the rechargeable fan. So the next thing I'm going to do is to put my feathers. Okay, this rechargeable fan that I'm doing is super full, so I use 2 packs of feathers for this. I use 2 packs of chicken feathers to achieve this design. Okay. Once you're happy with the fullness of the feathers, go ahead and embellish with your trimmings and you are done with this design. I hope you found this tutorial very helpful. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. If you have questions, go ahead and ask in the comment section and I will be delighted to respond to them. Be kind enough to share this video with somebody who might need it. Did you know that this channel has a paid members corner where I post exclusive videos for my members only? So I post videos of Autogele, I post videos of heartwire work, leather work on that paid members. So if you haven't subscribed to my paid membership, please go ahead and subscribe. Okay, go through the perks of each level to see which level fits your needs. Okay, I'll be delighted to have you in the members corner. All right, until I come your way next time, please stay safe and stay blessed, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel already. Thank you so much and God bless you.